This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got two teams who will look to their running backs if they want to control the pace of the game. It's Foster's Dolphins going up against McCoy's Bills. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The punter, Jordan Gay, ready to get us started. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And leading the Miami offense onto the field, Ryan Tannehill. And for him, a little bit of a sigh of relief, Charles. Around midday on Monday, injury report not as severe as initially expected, not a torn ACL.
And that's a huge sigh of relief for not just him, but for the Dolphins overall. They were starting to play really well with him at quarterback. They're feeling great about their momentum. He's really clicking with their head coach, Adam Gase. The chance that they can get him back for later in the season and potentially the playoffs has to hearten Dolphins fans everywhere.
Now the former rushing champ. This is Arian Foster. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And he finds Stills, complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First down carry for Foster. And an alley to run. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. And we're back to upstate New York after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Play action, Tannehill. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On first down, Tannehill surveying the field. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And it's second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Still second down.
Tannehill throwing again. And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's third down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a third and long. To the air again, Tannehill. And caught by Cameron right side. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And here's the all-rookie punter from 2015, Matt Darr, on now to punt it away. Back deep for Buffalo, the dangerous Reggie Bush. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Buffalo first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. On first down, it's Taylor. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. And, Charles, let's switch gears for a second. Big news on Monday. Los Angeles now looking for a new head coach. Could it be a good thing that they make this move now as opposed to at the end of the season?
I think in a lot of ways, yes, because you become the focal point for all people who might be interested in the job, and I think a lot of people will be. It is Los Angeles, great market, but how about the team? Jared Goff, the rookie quarterback, Todd Gurley, the tremendous runner, Aaron Donald on defense, and a heck of a defense around him. A lot of good reasons to be interested in this job.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Taylor looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bill, Kiko Alonso. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So now here come the Dolphins. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And it's caught by the tight end Cameron. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and 4th down coming up. So now on 4th down, on trots the Dolphins field goal unit and Andrew Franks. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Watkins alone on the left side. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On second down, here's Taylor. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and now it's second down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Now Dan Carpenter. His career long is 60 yards, so he's got a big leg. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. The drive will start with Arian Foster. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So we've hit halftime here in what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back now at this scoreless first half. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley. A scoreless first half, and now we're set for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Brandon Tate. So a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Dolphins defensive unit now. They did a great job in the first half, but both defenses did a great job, Charles. 0-0. Interesting second half probably coming up.
It really is, and you look at your own offense and say, okay, guys, we've held them to 0. Can you give us anything? But maybe as the game goes along, can the defense do it themselves and score some points and win the game?
They'll be hoping to do that right here. They'll come out in the pistol. And they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down following the run. Now it's Taylor. He's got time. All kinds of time. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. A chance for us now to look at this Bills defense again. Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. Going deep here for Landry. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On second down. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Matt Darr now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So both teams scoreless here as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Here's Matt Darr now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills getting set to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An en route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Throwing now is Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
He may have had some offseason foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. 1 man on the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
This is the former Dolphin, Reggie Bush. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So a pressure kick here for Dan Carpenter. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
And now this becomes a question of, can they make this stand up? The defense has been impeccable thus far, and now they need to go out and finish strong.
Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. He'll look to throw. And caught by Cameron right side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And quickly they get to the line. And he'll spike it with exactly 30 seconds now left on the clock. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And he's got him. It's the tight end Cameron. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. This to potentially send us to overtime. And Frank's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So this hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after another, but at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been a pretty doggone entertaining game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pitcher's duel in baseball, don't you think? The aficionados can appreciate a tightly fought game like this.
Yeah, but the fantasy players, not so much. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
Offense. Still first down.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. Now it's Taylor. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
0-0 between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. They'll start on the ground with Foster. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll go again with Foster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Again, this is Foster. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll try and run for it with Foster. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers. Everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.